Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about socialism in today's time and, how it came about with capitalism and, basically the differences between capitalism and socialism. Okay, so before I start talking about, socialism and how it plays a part in today's time, I want to give you a brief background about it. So during the Industrial Revolution, when, the conditions for the peasants were really, really bad and, people were working multiple hours and things really weren't getting better for the working class, they didn't really have a light at the end of the tunnel. So, a lot of people came out and they spoke up about it, and they were kind of wondering, why are things getting better for the rich and the poor are, still suffering, but they're putting all this work in to get better. So basically, as you can tell by this graphic, is you have a capitalist with his hand towards a socialist head, and you can see that they really don't get along at all, and that their views are completely different. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about how socialism and capitalism work together. So this slide basically shows some of the big differences between a capitalist economy and a socialist economy, and it really shows how they're very contradictive of each other. So if you look on the middle column, you'll see that capitalists believe in a privately owned type thing, and they believe that the competition brings out the best in people, and that everyone has to work for his own wealth. You get what you work for. There's no handouts. They don't believe in handouts or anything like that. But then if you look at the socialist column all the way to the right, you see how everything's state-owned, and, everybody works together for, to coexist. That they believe that if we all work together, it betters our nation. They believe that we need to better our nation in order to get better. So, and they also believe that, everyone works for wealth. Everyone tries to be wealthy. So they believe that all of our resources, our money, food, everything should be distributed equally amongst everybody. And, no one, the working class shouldn't be left out. So basically how I usually think of it as is socialism is for the people, whereas capitalism is for the people with power. Okay, so this graphic is really just going to help me talk about socialism in today's time. So you have a man holding a sign, out of Bernie Sanders, because, that's the big thing of today, of 2016. And he's saying, down with socialism, save America for socialism, all that great stuff. But if you look on the outside in the words, if you can clearly see it on the screen, because I'm using a tablet, so it's really small, it says things how, socialists, help create the roads for this very man to work on. Socialism is responsible for why we have people have social security checks, why we have social security, socialism, why we have Medicare, why, we have public parks, why our veterans, have programs that they do today, why we don't work for 40 hours a week, socialism helped create that for today's time. So, okay, so my little slides, really just are here to help you get a understanding of today's socialism. And then, they believe, their motto is that, we need to move as a group. Instead of having one individual, in order for us to get better as a nation, we need to work as a nation, and everyone needs to, get the same, feelings. So that really just wraps up everything I have to say about the whole socialism versus capitalism. Giving a brief background and how socialism plays a big part in today's time.